Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tavua. We love Today FM in Tavua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, robberies and home invasions a major concern. AFL pays out biggest ever dividend. And census impersonators continue to be hindrance.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Burglaries, home invasions and aggravated robberies continue to be a frightening concern around Fiji. But police will not comment on the matter apart from saying there has been a decrease in robberies in some areas. The Fiji Council of Churches says the root cause of such crimes should be identified in order to address the issue. Sainiani Boiler reports.
Fiji Council of Churches President Reverend Tebi Tambanibuno said action should be taken rather than just talking about the issue. He says the churches are ready to help the unfortunate who might turn to crime.
Just to come and talk about their difficulties, if it is poverty, wanting to eat, or if it is whatever, then we can share ways and means of helping that, rather than going and breaking shops and taking the law into their own hands.
The largest Hindu organization, Sri Sanatandaram Pratindi Sabha, says with the festival season around the corner, security should be tightened to clamp down on criminal activity and the victims should see some action.
Cases are coming up and we are really concerned. We ourselves, our office was broken into, we were victims, we reported the matter and nothing has been done about it. And I know there are many more people outside there who feel free to report the matter because they feel nothing has been done about it.
FBC News took time out on the streets to ask the public and most expressed concerns about the current situation.
I don't think crime is decreasing because robbery is happening every day.
I think police should just do their work in an effort to reduce these crimes.
Getting to a point, house invasion robbery keeps on increasing and now we have our police station demolished and it's getting worse.
The Fiji Council of Churches continues working with police and others in an effort to clamp down on the greatest worries, burglaries and home invasion. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Airports Fiji Limited today announced a record and unprecedented dividend of $45 million to the government. Ritika Pratap reports this surpasses the earlier record dividend of $30 million last year.
We will declare a dividend of $45 million to the government of Fiji.
This is by far the largest ever dividend payout made by a state-owned enterprise.
The dividends are not declared from profitability per se. The function of dividends is based on the cash position of a company and the strength of the balance sheet.
AFL made a net profit before tax of over $65 million. Faiz Khan says the forecast earnings before interest, taxes and depreciation this year is around $100 million. It says despite significant infrastructure upgrades, AFL's borrowing remains low at $82 million.
Generally speaking, when a company has a good balance sheet and it continues to generate money, as we are doing, the way we are managing our operations and our cash flow, we can borrow up to maybe 3.5–4 times of the EBITDA. So we have a significant amount of excess borrowing capacity as well.
Public Enterprises Minister Ayaz Sayed Kayum says the Nandi Airport Modernisation Act implemented a few years ago has enabled AFL to achieve this milestone.
Because of the fact that we put in place this new law at that point in time, I know a lot of people were critical of it, but we had the vision. And the vision was that AFL should be able to stand on its own 2 feet. With the ability to have that level of revenue coming from concessions, today you have built an airport that's costing about $130 million without borrowing a cent from government, without even getting government guarantee.
Just 5 years ago, AFL was declaring token dividends of only $1 million a year. The turnaround has been attributed to the hard work of AFL staff and the revenue restructure undertaken 4 years ago. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Into the second week of Census 2017, and there are more reports of persons impersonating enumerators in Suva. Bureau of Statistics Senior Statistician Emily Soderberg says the matter has been reported to police, and they are urging the public to ensure any and all enumerators visiting their households have proper photo identification and are wearing yellow fluorescent jackets. Maggie Boyle reports.
10 days into the census, and the issue of imposters has once again come to light.
We have had cases of imposters in the Valley area. They've been going around giving out questionnaires to households and asking the households if they could come back and actually have it picked up. Now, with the questions, they're completely different from what we've been giving out in the census.
Soderberg says last week there were reports of imposters wearing orange jackets, carrying no ID and recording information on mobile phones. Meanwhile, the data analysts were out in the field today verifying information.
So they're visiting households that have already been enumerated just to ensure that they get feedback on how the enumeration process went and to really check.
For officials, the challenge remains ensuring everyone is counted.
Let the enumerators know what time to return, or there's the option as well where they could arrange to have the interviews done in their offices if they would prefer. So that's another option instead of our enumerators having to wait to return till late in the evening. Yeah?
The census count will continue until October 8th, with preliminary results expected by year end. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Minister for Economy Ayaz Said Qayyum continued the roadshow for nurses and civil servants in Lautoka yesterday. The roadshow is aimed at informing the General Civil Service on the civil service reforms. The roadshow also provided attendees to seek clarification directly from the Minister for Economy and Civil Service on the new open merit-based system and the performance-based pay system. Still to come, breast cancer stats continues to cause alarm. And farmers face fight against bugs. Stay with us.
Total takinan na warungan ng Bula FM, number 2 en seri. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 en seri.
"351 women diagnosed with breast cancer have passed away in the last 2 years. According to the statistics revealed by the Health Ministry, there were a total of 136 deaths in 2015, 145 deaths last year, while there has been 45 deaths so far this year. Pranita Prakash reports.
Breast cancer is the most common cancer in Fiji, with around 250 cases diagnosed every year.
The whole idea of talking about a woman's breast is a very, very conserved thing. Nobody wants to talk about it. But if we don't talk about it, how are we going to find solutions? And it's a good thing that we have broken down those barriers and we are talking about it, and we'd like to encourage families to talk about it. And the fact, like I said, you need to present yourself for early examinations if you can't do it within yourself.
Cancer survivor Asena Senimoli, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2009, has also encouraged every Fijian to get tested early.
I had my operation in the hospital. When I was told that it was positive in cancer, I did not have any other double-minded choice or whatever. I just I gave my life into CWM hospital, and then there they did their job. They operated on me. So I'm standing up here with only one breast and still looking beautiful.
The health minister says cancer does not only affect an individual, it affects the family, the society and the country.
Family support, very important. To the spouses, please don't desert your partners if they are diagnosed with breast cancer. If a woman loses a breast, doesn't mean she's no longer a woman. That's very important for us to know. Your wife is still your wife, even if she's diagnosed with breast cancer or any cancer.
Breast cancer is common between the ages of 55 to 59 and 15 to 19 years of age. Meanwhile, the Fiji Dairy Limited today donated $20,000 to the Fiji Cancer Society to assist them in the fight against cancer. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Beetle and black ants have been recorded as the top damaging insects that affects most crops around Fiji. This has forced the hand of authorities, including the United Nations Development Fund, to assist farmers in order to increase their farm productivity and income. Savara Thambor reports.
Pest and crop diseases continues to plague farmers around the country, resulting in them receiving urgent help.
They are here to provide that kind of service, especially in terms of information on new pests and diseases that are appearing due to climate change. What they can do, what are the different methods of tackling them, what are the different new chemicals and or organic methods they can apply in order to help alleviate pest and disease problem in their farms.
I am happy about this initiative, and now I know which chemicals to add and its measurement.
Information shared by experts are understandable, and now I'm going to follow their instructions.
According to UNDP, farmers will be able to provide quality produce if they follow the right instructions given by experts. Sabara Tambua, FBC News.
9 engineers from New Zealand are in the country to fix mechanical problems and replace old parts at the Pacific Cement Factory outside Lamy. Fijian Holdings Limited Chief Executive Nozab Farid told FBC News they've received new parts and motors for cement production machines and work will start right away. He reassured there is enough cement on hand for the next 2 months. Renovation of the cement factory is expected to be finished late next month.
So we are in the right point right now to shut down our factory, cement mill, for next 3 weeks and to introduce the new parts, the new motor and everything else to make sure the mill is steady and solid.
A family in Reservoir Road in Nauluvatu, Suva, lost their 2-bedroom home to an early morning blaze today. The fire is believed to have started from the bedroom while the family was preparing to leave the house for school. No one was injured during the fire. NFA investigations continue. Turning to world news, a man who had been in a brain-damaged and vegetative state for 15 years has begun to show signs of consciousness thanks to an experimental therapy. The pioneering treatment involved planting a nerve stimulator in his chest. Ahead in sports with Jamie, we have all the latest on Fiji FA transfer window, but up next is Akosita with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening. Coming up, Namaka Market takes shape. And in growing Fiji, newest Suva restaurant with a yummy name. Stay with us.
I'm another sort of of Nayabu Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Kano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Gold FM. Only the
Leading business tonight, more than 500 market vendors will benefit from the newly extended Namaka Municipal Market in Nadi. Local Government Minister Parveen Kumar officiated at the foundation laying ceremony, adding this will help the Nadi economy. Laying the foundation for the $4.79 million municipal market that will have 576 stalls.
An accommodation center with 48 beds and basic accommodation facilities, with an increase in an area by 2,200 square meters. The total area shall now stand at 3,327 square meters.
The proposed extension is also expected to be disabled-friendly and support farmers who have shown interest to grow the Nadi economy.
The new Namaka market facility will introduce rainwater harvesting with a capacity to store up to 20,000 liters of water. The market will utilize solar energy for its partial supply of energy. The 3R program, which ensures recycling, reducing and reusing will also be introduced.
Market vendors have praised the government for their assistance.
Farmers and vendors, they are selling on the roadside, they will get a proper place to sell. Secured from sun, rain, everything. I'm very happy.
We used to be based outside, and when it rained, we always run into Six Shelter. But we always get chased by the permanent vendors. But now patience has paid off.
This wasn't the only good news. Residents were also assured that Nandi will be declared a city in December. We now join Savanatha from the HFC Bank with the latest from the money markets.
Vinaka, let's look at the global financial market news for today. The United States stocks didn't change much this morning after U.S. Fed Chair Janet Yellen backed the central bank's plan to raise interest rates gradually. This boosted the prospects of a December rate hike. Her speech raised U.S. Treasury yields this morning, coupled with $26 billion in sale of two-year bonds, which kicked off this week's sales of about $88 billion in short and medium-term bonds. A little closer to home, the New Zealand dollar opened weaker this morning as political uncertainty weighed on investor sentiments. This is the second straight day of the currency weakening after no single party won enough seats to form a government after Saturday's general election. Across the sea, Australia markets were rattled by fears of war on the Korean Peninsula. That's the economic news from me, Vinaka.
Thanks, Save. Now on to today's exchange rates and foreign currencies. In the Fijian dollar, it was a mixed day for the rates. Unlike yesterday, today the Fijian dollar weakened against the Chinese yuan, Australian and PNG kina to close at 3.2, 60 and 1.35 respectively, while our dollar also weakened against the American dollar to close at 48 cents. As for the commodities market, a decrease across the index with oil prices closing at 52.1 a barrel, gold was up at 1,294 per ounce and silver followed suit to close at 16.83 an ounce. And in growing Fiji, if you're planning to go out for lunch or dinner, and if you want to get the real taste of Thai cuisine, then Yum Yum Takeaway and Bistro is the best place to go to. A new mouth-watering Thai and Ceylon cuisine has opened today at Kundan Singh Complex in Tamavoa. Yum Yum has 7 employees with a qualified Thai chef who has experience in Thai restaurants in 5-star hotels. It opens at 11 a.m. and closes at 9 p.m. every day. Owner P.L. Munasinghe says this cuisine is one of its kind and food lovers will get the real taste of Thai food. With the naming Yum Yum, an idea of his wife Afelin, Munasinghe says this has been a long-time dream which has been fulfilled today.
Actually, both of us, with my wife Afelin, it's a milestone day for us. We've been thinking of starting this specialist bistro, takeaway and bistro. It specializes in Thai cuisine. When I say Thai cuisine, I don't mean this ordinary Thai cuisine. It's really authentic, specialist Thai cuisine. We've got an executive chef who's well trained in Thai cuisine. He's from overseas, and we are very happy that we come to today at this point in time. We have opened the restaurant, so it serves two different types of cuisines. We have the Thai cuisine, and also we have another small menu selection. We call it the Ceylon curry. So it's all again very different flavors.
And that's business this evening. Now to sports. Here's Jamie.
Thanks, Akusita, and good evening. Coming up in sports, Fiji and Drew also topped the NRC for penalties conceded. And netters will need more time to reach desired fitness levels. This and more after the break.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची एफएम is hot.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से. मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं. मिर्ची एफएम is hot. I love मिर्ची एफएम.
हमें स्पिन तो हुआ कि मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे.
मिर्ची एफएम, it's hot.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua says maintaining its discipline is paramount as the team gears up to face the Canberra Vikings in the National Rugby Championship on Friday. The side so far has conceded more penalties than any other team and also tops the yellow card list of the competition.
They're doing well, you know, fair share. Was it 3 wins on the board, now 1 loss? But no, yeah, they're a great outfit and they'll be hard to beat, but, you know, there's still a long way to go.
The Drua takes on the Vikings at 9:30 p.m. on Friday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Pearls netball side needs more time to achieve its desired fitness levels. Coach Vicky Wilson says after the 2-0 series loss to South Africa, the upcoming Europe tour should help a team improve. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Expect no surprise from the Fiji Pearls when they take on the European giants in the Europe Netball Championship next week in Cardiff.
Ideally, you need a pre-season of minimum of 3 months to get yourself in shape. So we're playing catch-up.
The team is in rebuilding phase and coach Vicky Wilson says it will take time for the players to match the world-class teams like England.
You actually need a base to start from, so our base is quite low. So we're still trying to get some speed into the legs. Once we come back from Europe, then we'll go into more an anaerobic phase of conditioning.
The National Sports Commission has also stepped in to help and are focusing on developing the sport ahead of the 2019 World Championship.
This year there will be a new one built in Sinu to the same size as the FMF gymnasium, and that is for indoor netball, and it will be used by volleyball as well, but principally netball.
The Sports Commission today handed a cheque of $100,000 as the team prepares to face Wales, Scotland, England and Northern Ireland from next Friday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
13 men's and 2 women's bouts have been confirmed for the Canada-Fiji Southern Boxing Promotion Inter-District Rumble Night next month. Naita Series Chese Ravundi faces Silibeni Nawai of Nandi in the main bout in the super welterweight division. Rohit Deo has more.
The handshake of 2 great boxers, but this will be not the case when they hit the ring next month.
This is another milestone achievement for the Canada-Fiji Southern Boxing Promotions to continue the legacy where the boxers, stakeholders, including our very ground talent, can expose themselves to the successful peak.
Silibeni Nawai has fought 9 bouts and has won all of them and aims to keep his unbeaten record intact.
Looking for this fight, preparing well this fight to can make another win.
25-year-old Chese Ravundi has never lost a bout at home and wants to keep his local record in check.
We've been knowing each other, but this is a sport of boxing. So yeah, we'll make it a go. But I respect him. He's a good fighter. He's a very strong fighter. He's very defensive. But may the best man win.
In other interesting bouts, Napoleon Tamaipiao takes on Vilimoni Tanganikoro in the heavyweight division. Junior Farzan Ali fights Krishnil Mudliar in the super lightweight division, while Savanathan Naliva takes on Sakyusa Mekemeke in the light heavyweight division. The promotion takes place on the 13th of next month at Nandi Prince Charles Park. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Fijian sides were again outclassed in the National Higher Pacific 10s International Futsal Championship in Suva last night. The Fiji Southern side lost to Solomon Islands 3-0, while Indo Solo defeated Southern Forest 4-2. In the other match played last night, Ngu Brothers from Solomon Islands thumped USP Vanuatu 8-2. The games continue this evening at the Vodafone Arena in Suva. The Lambasa football side is trying to secure the services of 3 Nriketi players in the current player transfer window. The Mbamba Lions have applied for transfer of Thomas Steiner, Ashnil Raju and Sitiveni Rakai. The only player to have left Lambasa so far is striker Christopher Wasasala, who has joined Lautoka. The transfer window closes this Saturday. All players will be able to feature for the new districts in the new season, which starts with the Courts Inter-District Championship. The IDC will be played at Lautoka's Churchill Park from the 10th to the 15th of October. In the inaugural Melanesian Basketball Cup being played in PNG, the Solomon Islands started the tournament on a high note with an upset win over New Caledonia 59-53 today. Here are the highlights from the match.
Some big body contact happening and a huge play there
by Solomon Islands number 10. Jocelyn, she knows the time. But blocking foul there. Looked like she was just she's unable to convert the first one. She'll just dribble it out. Maya Lee. And there you go.
Earlier this evening, the Fiji women's side lost its first match, going down to host PNG 63-53. Meanwhile, the Fiji men's side is currently playing New Caledonia and leads them 20 points to 18. The All Blacks have settled into Buenos Aires ahead of its rugby championship clash with Argentina on Sunday. The side, that's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather. And in the world of the weird and the wonderful, a look into London's Museum of Curiosity. That's coming up.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko la ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuyazo sila tali, nagurara may naomanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali taki yang gitu Venezuela, nagudurong varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
Twitter Lightside Gets the Inevitable app is now being tested in the Philippines. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Now, most of us were waiting for the so-called rainy day as per the forecast, but it looks like rain has chosen its own path. Most centers had great sunshine. I must say I enjoyed it too. Looking at the west, it wasn't that sunshiny. There were cloudy intervals making conditions a bit dull. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, early morning showers started the day, but fine spells ensured they ended it. And up north, mostly sunny with great weather. At sea, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. And for the tides, high tide will be at 12:10 with a low tide tomorrow morning at 6:38. See the beauty of sunrise at 5:51. For tomorrow, rain is expected to barge in, getting heavier up in the northern division. Tomorrow's temps, Savu will be the coolest center with highs only up to 20 degrees. And looking further onto Friday, we're looking at a clear, dry day, so we'll just be bearing rain for a day. And that's all from our FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fijian Pulse today, we asked what more can be done by authorities to curb the increasing problem of robberies and home invasions.
We need a very strong community together with the police cooperation to curb all this.
You can do fence the compound of the property. You can install the CCTV to wake up for your house for safety from thief.
We can call the officers and inform them, and I want them to be on the time. If they always come on the time, everything will be done.
I think plenty should be increased.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, it's probably one of the most weird museums around the world. Originally intended to run for just 6 months, due to its popularity 8 years later, the Victor Wynne Museum in London still welcomes 300 to 500 people every week. Recapping the main stories, robberies and home invasions a major concern. AFL pays our biggest ever dividend, and census impersonators continue to be hindrance. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking, are local players in the Fijian draw ready for flying Fijian duties? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, another beautiful sunrise captured at Ravi Ravi Bar by Muja Naidu. We'd like to encourage all our viewers to send in more pictures of our beautiful Fiji, whether it's our tropical flowers, our stunning waterfalls, or even your favorite pet. Just send them through to email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and pleasant evening. Bye for now.
Bula, kera mai singa toka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti ko minasama ko tikola, ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuyaga sila tali, nagurara may naomanyi, nandunga, gitu tali tajiri ang gagawin na sabale, nagundurong, barong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na ponga ni BNN.